Hello, and welcome to the Cinema Scrutiny Podcast, the podcast where we take you through all the TV, film, and streaming news this past week that we found worth talking about. My name's John, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Billy. Billy, say hi.
Hello. I'm back. Hello. We're back.
Alright. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing good.
That's
It's been a week, but we're here. We're ready to go.
You see anything good this week? Any TV, any movies?
I saw GoldenEye.
No, okay.
But I really want to watch that Project Power movie that just came out on Netflix.
Yeah. That's Casey Neistat's in that.
Yeah, it's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is in it. Yeah,
I heard a lot of good things. So
yeah, my first review seeing it actually was IGN gave it a 3.
really,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just because like I'm always on there for gaming news, and I just saw it and I clicked on it, and then I thought the movie sucked. But then looking at like other reviews and like Rotten Tomatoes, it's pretty fresh. So
Yeah.
I don't
maybe
even.
Netflix party it this week. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, well, let's jump into the news. We got a light storyboard today, or a light news cycle, but I think that we're going to end up talking about GoldenEye for probably a long time, so let's just jump into it. So first, this is really weird, and this is like, honestly, I know that a lot of people don't care about this, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's so strange. So, SpongeBob SquarePants is getting another spin-off series. This is going to be their second spin-off series. And this is called The Patrick Star Show. Now, they haven't made any spin-off series like that came out yet. They are working on something called Camp Coral, which is about SpongeBob when he's like 10. Because SpongeBob was like 25 in the show. I don't know if people realize that. But, so that's like about him growing up at like camp. It's basically like Camp Lazlo, I would guess.
It's like the whole cast is like kids, basically. Like
I don't think
Baby
anyone
Looney
else.
Tunes or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is in it though. I think it's just SpongeBob.
No, it's the whole cast.
Yeah.
I've seen there's like promotional images and posters out.
Okay.
It was supposed to go to Nickelodeon, but then for whatever reason, probably for promotion for CBS All Access, but they switched it to CBS All Access.
Oh, interesting.
But the animation style is totally different. It's like a CG animation. But I think they're just trying to... They announced like a year or two ago that they wanted to start doing spin-offs for SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't gotten anything off the ground. And I think Camp Coral is supposed to be this year.
It is, yeah.
But now it's 2021. They pushed it back.
Really?
Yeah, from what I've seen.
Bastards. All right, so anyway, at least that makes sense, right? It's like, SpongeBob's a kid show. He's going to be even more of a kid. He's going to camp. Okay.
Right.
Relatable underwater content. So this Patrick Star Show is a talk show, a late night talk show hosted by Patrick Star. Now,
It's bold.
It's so bold. It's been it's expected to get a 13 episode order, and I don't understand. Like, it gives me a couple of this Deadline article says it's in the vein of the Larry Sanders Show and Comedy Bang Bang, which I don't really know what those are.
Right.
But when I think of late night talk shows, first of all, I don't even think a kid who watches SpongeBob knows what a late night talk show even is. I don't. It just doesn't even make sense.
Understand the concept.
Maybe. I just feel like it's so weird. It's just such an old and outdated, people have been arguing whether or not late night talk shows are an outdated format for 5 years now. And their answer is to bring Patrick into it. I
mean, the Larry Sanders Show is from the 90s. It's from the early 90s.
Yeah.
It's old as hell.
I feel like a comedy based late night talk show, and I mean, granted they all are comedy based, but one that I assume has nothing to do with the news at all.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a 90s concept.
It is a very 90s concept. However, I mean, SpongeBob is from the 90s.
I guess. Yeah.
Sort of. But I mean, it's adapted and grown since then.
Is he from the 90s? I feel like I had this discussion with somebody.
It started in 99. Pretty sure.
Maybe that's it.
So it's very late 90s, but I don't know. It is a weird concept for a show that you're giving Patrick a talk show. It also said in the article that they're gonna have a lot more of Patrick's family involved.
Yeah, which also his family I don't think they've ever shown his family.
They have before. They've shown his parents before, like his mom and dad.
Well, there was the
Um,
one episode where his like parents showed up, but they weren't really his parents.
oh, that's
Remember, they were
right.
just like grubby freeloaders for some
Right.
reason.
Right. So yeah, they're probably going to be a totally different design, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean,
But I
granted, it's
would.
been like 20 years since I've actually kept up with the show, so maybe his parents are in the show.
They, to be honest, they probably showed up at some point. But in my mind, I feel like when they say that, it's going to be like, you know how like Jimmy Fallon's got like the roots on the
Mm.
side,
They're gonna have like his
like,
parents in the corner.
yeah. Or like Jimmy Kimmel's got Guillermo or whoever the
Hmm.
guy is, who's like his sidekick.
Yeah.
Like his parents might be there doing that,
Hmm.
and they said the talk show is gonna have guests, so like obviously SpongeBob's gonna be a guest at some point on the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure his parents potentially be a guest.
Larry, the lobster.
I That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. See, I think this would be a really good chance to take like the old Nicktoon video games where it's like the worlds all collide, kind of like the Timmy
Ooh,
Jimmy Power Hour, like the Fairly Odd Parents Jimmy Neutron crossover.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, like I feel like this should be like a Nickelodeon show where like
Yeah,
like characters from like all of the different shows come on and talk about like, I'm here to promote my new episode tomorrow. Like I feel
that'd
like
be
that'd
kind of
be
cool.
it'd be cool, and I feel like it'd be more interesting cuz like right now I'm thinking of SpongeBob and I'm thinking of all the characters. And like, granted it's only 13 episodes, right? And I assume they're all like 20 minutes or less. But
Probably.
it's if you get picked up again, it's like how many SpongeBob characters can I talk to?
Sure. No,
So,
I agree because I think that'd be cool to like kind of interview other like show like characters and stuff.
mhm.
And also I think like, is it weird that like Patrick has like a show, like a talk show? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of fits like if you did like an entire like Nickelodeon like overarching type of thing, like he's interviewing other like characters.
Yeah, that makes more
I
sense.
I think it makes more sense, and I think it fits more with Nickelodeon because I remember back in the day, like early 2000s, like Nickelodeon did have a talk show of some kind, and they had. Do you remember that the guy? I think it's the guy who plays Spencer on iCarly. He was Pick Boy or whatever. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do you remember that like fake superhero that they had?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it was him, and he hosted like a talk show or something, or he
Yeah.
had like a couch
Well,
and like he talked to people.
there was also the Amanda Bynes show. That was like
Yeah, that was like a talk show thing, right?
it was like a sketch comedy show, but like it was kind of similar. Like she definitely talked to some people at the beginning, like in the opening monologue.
Right.
Yeah, like to me, I think what I unfortunately did is I set us up for disappointment. Because I feel like that is such like an old school Nickelodeon thing to do, like the crossovers and being like more ambitious with like the content.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not going to do it.
They might not. I'm interested also to see if they do the CG animation that they're gonna do for Camp Coral,
Mm,
because like SpongeBob has always been 2D, so like Camp Coral being a different animation is like, it's kind of switching it up, I guess, on a visual basis.
yeah,
But like, does Patrick need to be CG? Should he be 2D? Probably 2D. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
They did a CG movie. I think it's coming out this year, and it's like
Yeah,
I don't want to say it's Uncanny Valley, but it's not great.
yeah. I mean, the SpongeBob movies haven't always been good. Besides like the first one, I guess. If
I
you,
like the first one a
you know,
lot.
I like the first one, but there was another one that they like were like they went on land or something like that.
Well,
Like
oh, it's a SpongeBob out of water.
something, yeah. But like, I didn't see that. Probably it was past my childhood prime.
Yeah, I don't even know if it came out in theaters. I mean, it might have. I think I remember
It
seeing the
definitely
poster.
did because I remember the first one didn't go in theaters. I don't think.
I thought it. Hmm.
Maybe it did. Maybe I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
for some reason I'm thinking it didn't.
I mean, I'm just thinking it was in theaters because there's a theater in the movie.
That's
So
true.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I feel like we talked enough about Patrick Star. Nickelodeon, if you're listening, take my idea, make it about Nickelodeon. That'd be genius.
That'd be
But
smart. It has a lot of potential to be funny, to
yeah,
be honest. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't, Okay, last thing, like, when is this gonna air? Like 2:30 in the afternoon? Like what? Like what's good?
well, if it's a late night talk show, it's gonna be like 7 p.m.
For the-
for the
yeah,
kids.
yeah. whack. I just don't know. It's too much. All right,
Yeah.
moving on. All right, so Forbes every year puts out a highest paid actor list, and they put out their top 10 like a couple days ago, and we're just gonna kind of go over it and talk about it because some of these are really strange picks. Like this first one that you can see on screen right now, number 10, Jackie Chan made $40 million this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was very surprised with this one.
I agree.
He, obviously says he put out 5 movies in the past year. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't even heard of them.
Yeah, I can't name one. I mean, maybe he's putting out like Chinese film.
It's very possible because I'm looking at his
Uh-huh.
IMDb right now, and it looks like he's producing a lot of Chinese film content,
Mm.
like and stuff that I'd like never heard of.
Yeah, he pads his film income with millions from endorsements and licensing deals. Interesting.
Right. And that's definitely a factor in a lot of other people on this list because I can name a couple people who are definitely getting some crazy endorsement deals
Yeah. You know what's
slash
also
having other
crazy?
companies.
It says it's 6 decades into his career. How old is Jackie Chan? Is he like
He's
70
old.
something?
I think so.
Oh my god.
He is very old. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were kids, Jackie Chan was like
40?
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I love a lot of his content. I don't. Honestly, the movie might be called Wushu Drunken Master, and I know he is a drunken master in one of the kung fu films. I like that one. Love the
Yeah.
animated series.
Oh, I did too. The animated
Yeah.
series was really good.
It's like he did a movie that was like The Pacifier, but
That was like the last like big like American release he had, I think. Was
The
that one?
Babysitter or whatever. I think.
Yeah, it
Well,
was like I think it was The Spy Next Door. Is that what it's
yeah,
called?
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. That was the
Um,
last one I really remember that came out. Like
Yeah, the last one I
did a big
remember is The
push.
Foreigner, which is just seeing like trailers for it,
Yeah.
and that was kind of like Taken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess good to
I
see
dig
that
it.
he's doing well.
Oh yeah, of course. I love
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
All right, let's move up the list to number 9, and number 9
That's
is Adam Sandler,
Oh yeah.
the man, the myth.
At first I was a little surprised with this one.
I feel like I'm
Um,
not.
Yeah, but then I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. He's got that Netflix money.
Yeah,
They're dishing it out to him, 100%.
yeah,
And they even said in the article here that this isn't even like an accurate number
Mm.
because he signed a new deal at like the beginning of the year. So next year it's probably going to be even more than that.
yeah. I mean, here I'm actually writing down to watch one of his movies on Netflix because I keep forgetting to do it. And I hear it's really good.
Is it murder mystery?
It is murder mystery because
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
he got like 4 movies, right? And we even talked about murder mystery recently on one of the older podcasts because it's one of the top 10 films seen on Netflix.
Right.
Like just hype wise, apparently it's really good.
Yeah.
Also, Uncut Gems came out this year,
Yep.
and he was fantastic.
He does
in
numbers.
that. Yeah,
His Netflix movies do big numbers. Surprisingly, like Adam Sandler is a big fan base.
yeah. I mean, he's a funny guy sometimes.
He
I
is
feel like he
sometimes,
just
yeah.
puts out too much content, maybe.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like
I mean, like
he has a lot of hits, but he has a lot of misses.
that's true.
But he's
His
swinging.
hits hit though.
Yeah,
His hits really hit.
I mean, listen, for every Uncut Gems, he makes like 3 Jack and Jill movies. So
Hey, I like the Grown Ups movies, even though they're
Grown-Ups are
like
good.
theoretically, I guess you could say they're bad, but like I lose my mind over those movies. They're so funny.
I'll be honest, I even like parts of Jack and Jill. Like,
Yeah.
like they have Al Pacino's in there, and he has like an endorsement with Dunkin' Donuts where he has a Dunkachino, and I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, it's just so funny, and like Al Pacino's in love with like Jill, which is just Adam Sandler wearing tits. It's so funny. It's just so stupid.
I hope that in like Adam Sandler's new deal, I guess he signed like for 4 more movies with
Yeah.
Netflix. I hope he does like another serious role, I guess, like Uncut Gems.
Oh, I feel like he's definitely not.
He's probably not, but it would be awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I like the change of pace for him.
No, it was very
Even
good.
though like Uncut Gems is very like in your face and like insane.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I like the change of pace for him.
Yeah.
Even though like obviously like keep making the funny stuff, but also
Yeah.
switch it up.
I mean, in my mind, I think the deal has to do with him writing the films.
Yeah.
So like I don't, because he didn't write Uncut Gems, obviously, and I don't think he could. I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing him write
Probably
something
not.
serious, but I feel like he only can write funny things. But
Yeah,
prove me
yeah.
wrong, Adam Sandler.
Be cool. Be cool to see.
Yeah. All right, let's move up to number eight. Number eight, Will Smith, the genie.
No surprise. No
Yo,
surprise.
he's
He's
killing it.
making big money off social media alone. He could
Hmm.
retire, but he shouldn't. He's great.
Yeah.
Will Smith is I guess you could say he's entangled with the money.
Stop. Poor Will. Poor Will. Yeah, it says even in the article here, he fills the earning gaps with his mobile phone hits, including a Snapchat series, Instagram series. Honestly, his TikToks are also probably some of the highest quality on TikTok, period.
Yeah, he's funny.
Like he just puts out like it's high quality, it's funny, and like there's like practical effects and like CGI and like it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like my man's doing movie production and then just uploading it to TikTok,
yeah.
which
But
big
I'm
move.
also excited for like I still get excited for all of his movies too. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they even say in the article here he's gonna be like the father of like Serena Williams in like this upcoming movie.
Hmm.
But I think that's awesome. That's such a cool role for him. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those. It's gonna be one of those roles where he tries to swing for another like Oscar win, probably.
Hmm.
Not that I know anything about the movie, but it just sounds like that type of role.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't sound like a comedy.
Yeah. So, hey, more power to him. I think Will Smith could definitely catch an Oscar if he, you know,
If he tried,
if he. Well, I think he does try sometimes because
yeah,
he's
like
got
I
the
Am Legend. I
concussion
feel
movie.
like he was trying.
I Am Legend. Yeah. I mean, Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, that was a good one.
Concussion, where he's like the
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
African
doctor.
doctor. Yeah, he got snubbed a couple times. I mean, like I guess he got snubbed. I don't know. It depends on your opinion, but I mean, like I don't know. He's good enough. He could do it, and
Yeah,
I'd like to see it happen before he's gone. You know?
yeah, I feel that. I think he's gonna be around for a while.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I'm not saying he's leaving soon, but
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
All right, let's crawl up the list a little bit. Number
Yeah.
seven, Lin Manuel Miranda.
No surprise.
Nope.
He's making money, but also they said this is his first time on the list,
Yeah, I think so.
and Disney cut the check for him for Hamilton.
Hmm.
No surprise. And they're saying In the Heights is coming out next year, so he's probably gonna have more money.
Yeah, I mean he's been killing it. Honestly, I think like since Hamilton, he's become like a Disney, not like a Disney auto include, but like they put him in a lot of shit.
They do. They like him. Isn't he
Yeah.
working on Little Mermaid, like the live action Little Mermaid?
I believe he's working on some of the music. I know he did the music for Moana,
Right.
or like the lyrics. He also obviously was in Mary Poppins, Return to Poppins,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck the movie was called.
Right.
I really liked him in that though, and I really like him as a person. And Hamilton is fucking sick. Now that I
I
finally
like
got
his
to
work.
see it,
He's
yeah,
good. I when they said he was gonna work on Little Mermaid, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is it right here. So
hmm,
love him. Love the
yeah,
guy.
he's killing it. He's killing it. All right, we're going up. We're going up. There's an
Yep.
Office Max ad. Okay, so number six is, oh, I'm gonna botch this. Akshay Kumar. It's probably Akshay. That sounds right.
Yeah.
So he is the only Bollywood star on the list, the international level. Let's see. He's working currently on The End, which is an Amazon Prime TV show. Never heard of
Sure.
it. It
Neither
says
have I.
most of his money though comes through endorsement deals, and he shills for everything from multivitamins to toilet cleaners. So Forbes
feel like-
throwing some fucking shade in the
Yeah, I
article.
was gonna say
Holy
he's
fuck.
shilling it. What the hell?
I feel like using the word shill is fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see a Bollywood star though.
Yeah.
I feel like as like Americans, we never hear about Bollywood or like know too much about
Yeah,
the scene.
the only
so.
time I ever heard of it was when my theater would show like a Bollywood film probably like once every like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
And they were always like at least 3 hours long, and they were always like $30 or $40 a ticket.
really.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
because
didn't know
like
they were that expensive.
I think the theater just thought that nobody would, like, you're gonna have less
it?
people show up, so you got to
Yeah.
charge like way more. But it always sold out. Like people,
People like Bollywood.
yeah, Bollywood films are
It's-
really Honestly, not to meme it up, but I really like all those like giant dance numbers.
Oh, they love it, dude.
Yeah,
They
like
love it.
those memes are so funny.
I was watching like Slumdog Millionaire
Mm.
um, a couple years
Yeah,
or
they have a big
just
Bollywood number
a
at the
couple
end
months
there.
ago. They do, but it's so out of place. But it's really just there to be there.
Yeah, but it's sick.
It's it, it's pretty sick. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, enough with multivitamins. So
Yeah.
number 5 is Mr. Family himself,
Oh my God.
Vin Diesel.
Yup.
Oh my gosh, with
He's
$54
making
million.
money. Big
Yeah.
money.
So honestly, the main reason that he makes all the money is because like he's in charge of all the shit that he does, which like honestly, way to fucking kill it. Like Robert
He's the
Downey
boss.
Jr. kind of like weaseling his way into making money off of every Marvel film. Like Vin Diesel owns the Fast and the Furious. He's like, this is my family. Like it's great. It's just love it, love it.
Yeah, and they say here he made money off of the Fast and Furious spy races, which is like it's
Yeah,
animated, right?
Mhm.
It's an animated thing.
Yeah, it's
But
on Netflix.
no surprise, he's got outlets. He's making big money.
Yeah. What's even
Push
crazier is
Fast
that
9 your way, no problem. No
yeah,
problem.
he didn't. There was no Fast and Furious movie this year, and my man still made $54 million.
Yep. And
That's
when that movie
crazy.
comes out, he's gonna make a stupid amount of back end money.
Oh my god! I mean, considering that the last two, I think both did $1 billion, and Fast 7 at the time was the fastest movie to get to $1 billion.
Yeah,
Nutty.
I want to know, and like this might like I want to know how much he makes in back pay off of all the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Like the 8 that have come out. Like just imagine he gets a check like every month. I think probably.
Like a syndication check.
Yeah, just from like the back end pay, and
Mm,
that happens to like most actors or people who worked on like a movie, you know.
hopefully, yeah.
But he's got such a hand in it, you know. It's like I guarantee he's making like 6 figures every month just off that. Like
Yeah, probably.
insane.
Probably a low million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty dope. Pretty sick.
All right. Up into the final four. Number 4, Ben Affleck. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Love to see it. I love
Yeah.
Ben.
Great actor.
Uh,
He looks happy here. I haven't seen him look happy in a while.
he's a troubled soul, all right?
Mm,
Ben's got a lot going on, but he's a great actor.
yeah.
And the way back was the basketball movie where he was like the coach of like this basketball team,
Sure.
but he's also like an alcoholic. So like Ben Affleck, you know,
Acting.
yeah, acting, but also hits home.
Mm.
I don't,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Ben Affleck's great. I always like him. I know he gets shit on a lot of times just because some people think he's too Boston. I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, have you
I like
heard
him.
of his The Last Thing He Wanted, the Netflix film?
I haven't. No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't even heard of it until just now.
I haven't heard of it either. But I do know about the way back, and I actually wanted to see it, and I never got
Mm,
to see it. But it's definitely like his type of role, you know. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
All right, moving up into the top 3. Number 3, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah. I can't believe that he has like the third most popular movie on Netflix.
Yeah,
It's
Spencer Confidential.
I heard that movie's terrible. I heard it's
Yeah, I mean, it's a Mark
god
Wahlberg
awful.
movie. Has he put out a good one recently?
Not that I know of. But
Mm,
I kind of have this bad taste in my mouth from Mark Wahlberg recently.
mm,
I, you and I watch Mr. Sunday Movies, the
yeah, yeah.
YouTube channel,
Great channel.
a great channel. You should go subscribe and watch them because they have great movie content as well. But recently they've been covering the Transformers movies and
Hmm.
series, and the last 2 episodes have been the Mark Wahlberg ones.
Mm,
Oh, they're bad.
yeah, they're
It's
really
just-
bad.
It's tough to watch. Tough
Yeah.
to see.
If anybody wants good Transformers, Netflix actually is putting out an animated series right now. It's 3 parts. The first part is up now, which is 6 episodes. It's called The War for Cybertron,
Yeah.
and that is good. That there's no people yet, so it's
Doesn't
all
need to
just, yeah, it's all on Cybertron. It's all about Transformers. Like it's good. It's just
There
good.
shouldn't be people. They should just stick to the Transformers.
Yeah,
That's what people.
I think there's enough interesting content on Cybertron to have it just be its own thing. But like, it is what it is.
Definitely. Definitely. But
Yeah.
shout out to Mark Wahlberg. Good stuff. Good to see.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Number 2, the God Man, Ryan
Oh
Reynolds.
yeah. I didn't know Ryan Reynolds was making this kind of money. He's up there.
Yeah, it's because he's
That's kind of crazy.
Netflix's golden boy.
I, I didn't think about that either, but I guess they're not wrong.
Yeah. Also, I mean, as we go up the list, obviously, I think one of the things that stands out is that Netflix is like directly responsible for like five of these people.
Yeah, they're dishing it out.
Yeah.
They're dishing it out big time.
Fucked up money.
And I also noticed uh, Ryan Reynolds, similar to the person on top here, number one. He they both own their own like side businesses now too. Like
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds owns like a liquor brand now. I
Yeah.
think
He has a majority stake in something called Mint. I think it's like a tech company. Like
he has that too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like so they're just like branching out. They're just making ridiculous money off of like
Hmm.
other forms of income at the same time.
And honestly, Ryan Reynolds, I mean, he's a really popular actor among people, and like, I think he has a lot of good faith.
Yeah, no,
So,
I think Ryan Reynolds is a good guy, and not to
mm,
mention Deadpool definitely like bumped him up to the next level of like
yeah.
star power, I guess. But I like Ryan Reynolds. He's funny,
Hmm.
pretty good actor, and his clips are good.
Yeah, if you guys have time, he just launched a new streaming service.
Did he?
Yeah, it's for his company. I think it's called Mint, but like it has nothing to do with streaming, and it's free. But there's only one film on it, and it's like a film that he started in 2003 and is terrible.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
I
one of
didn't
his
know
like
that.
films that he think like people think is trash. So he just like, hey, look at this. And it's kind of like it looks like Netflix, where like there's all these different like genres and everything, but it's only the one film. Like the one
That's
film.
such a Ryan Reynolds thing to do.
Yeah, it's very funny.
You might as well put Green Lantern up there. I mean, if you
Hmm.
owned it, but
Green Lantern,
yeah,
say.
is it?
I mean, Taika Waititi's in it.
That's true.
That's
That's
cool.
true.
It's kind of cool. All right. So anyway, number one, people probably know because it's 2 years running,
Oh yeah,
but it is the Boulder himself,
it might as well.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
It might as well be the last 5 years. This
Yeah.
man is ridiculous. He's making he produces so much shit.
Yeah.
Like not even just acting. Like his producing credits are crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that the majority of this money comes from him acting.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true.
Because like things, I'm trying to think of like things that I've seen him in this year. Like, did Jumanji 2 come out this year?
It did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's it.
He's like, but he's got shit lined up. Like he's gonna be in this movie Red Notice,
Yeah,
which
on
is in the
Netflix.
article
Yeah.
with Ryan Reynolds. Stacked cast.
Hmm.
That's gonna be big. He's gonna be in Disney's Jungle Cruise, which I don't even know why they made a movie, but
Yeah, don't need to. But
Dwayne Johnson's in it. He's in it.
hmm
He's the main character.
And of course, he has a successful Under Armour line, Project Rock.
I low-key want some of that Under Armour line, but
Mm,
it's expensive.
yeah. All right. So before we jump to the next topic, the one thing I want to ask is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, very
Sure.
popular, making a lot of money. Do you think he's a good actor? Do you think he's worth the 90 million?
Dwayne, well,
Oh, yeah. You know him? You on the first name basis?
I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he does his job.
Yeah.
He's definitely blockbuster. That is his lane, and I think he stays in that lane.
Hmm.
So I don't think the acting is like super like he doesn't have to like knock it out of the park.
Mm.
Um, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just
He,
want to know.
I think if he really tried, he could do something super serious.
Mm. Well, he
But
tried with wasn't Skyscraper supposed to be serious?
was it?
I don't know. He was like a wounded war vet. He had like a prosthetic leg.
I don't know. Skyscraper reminded me of San Andreas, which is like another disaster movie that he
Yeah.
starred in, or like both of those movies, he's just like an average dude, you know.
Mm.
Like Skyscraper, he's like a businessman who's, a vet, lost his leg or whatever.
He's a
And
hero.
he's always the hero.
Mm.
It's the blockbuster status. He's the hero.
Yeah.
But in San Andreas, he's like a helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
He's just like an average dude, like saving people from, fuck shit. Like, I don't know. I would like to see Dwayne Johnson step it up and do something like super serious and not like explosions
Yeah,
and like disaster.
but also Black
But
Adam.
oh, dude, I actually really want to see him as Black Adam too.
Yeah, well,
It's
the
been too
movie's coming
long waiting
out
for him to do it.
whenever. I think they
I
have something about it at DC Fandom.
which I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I want to see if they show him in the suit for DC fandom. That's gonna be sick
That would be sick.
because it's been too long. They announced him like 6 years ago to be in that movie.
Hmm.
It's like it's insane.
Yeah. All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
Dwayne Johnson works really hard for what he does, and I think he's actually really good at what he does.
Yeah.
You know, for like the blockbuster thing, like he like pulled off the first Fast and Furious spinoff, and that did well. So
Yeah. I like Vin
I don't
Diesel
know.
more.
That's fair. Vin Diesel's been around longer, I guess, in the movie scene,
Mm.
but he's got the family.
Yeah, I like the family. I don't know,
The
but
quality.
we don't have any time to talk about Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump ahead to our next story, and that is AMC is planning to reopen on the 20th.
Yep.
I believe that is Thursday. Yeah, it is Thursday. It's only select theaters. I checked our local theater, not opening.
Sad.
Yeah, but is it? Is it?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go. So.
Yeah. So
Safety
yeah.
purposes.
They're opening like 100 theaters. They have like 5,000. So
Yeah.
they need to get on. I mean, obviously, like I wouldn't. It's just a whole clusterfuck. So anyway, the main thing that we want to talk about is they're selling 15-cent tickets, and this is only for their legacy films. So they're going to be showing because like obviously there's nothing to show right now.
Right.
They're going to be showing things like Star Wars, Black Panther. I believe Inception is going to be shown.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Disney didn't offer Avatar to come back. But that's just me, or like Endgame, or like something like that.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see who's gonna even go out to the. I mean, there's definitely gonna be people who are going out.
Yeah. So my
People
problem,
are going to Disney World. It's
yeah.
like,
I mean, at least Disney World's outside.
yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
touching the rides is probably dirty, but like if you just walk from churro stand to churro stand, like
Yeah.
maybe that's not so bad. But I don't know.
Some
wouldn't go
guy.
either.
I was at work yesterday, and some guy who's been off for like the entire pandemic came in, just like stopped by to say hi. He's like, yeah, went to Disney World last week with my parents, and there were like no lines for the rides. It was great. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, just stop. Like,
You know why?
yeah, like, you're not fooling anyone, dude. Like, it's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
the gimmick, I guess, for AMC though is they got the first day is like 15-cent tickets
Hmm.
for like their 100-year anniversary. So it's like, you're paying the same price as 1920.
Yeah.
So that's cute. It's only for one day.
Yeah, they should have done it I mean, I
I'm
don't-
sure that I'm sure they would have done it anyway, even
Yeah.
if because it's been like 100 years of their business. It's cool, but also
Yeah.
like I don't think it's gonna save you right now. Like I
No,
don't think that's gonna get people in.
I mean, I don't even want people to go in. Like the 15-cent thing is designed to get people to bum rush the theater,
Yeah.
and I think that's a terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And honestly, like they don't have anything to show that's. I mean, like anything's worth 15 cents, I guess. But
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I actually really enjoy about this is that I think that theaters should spend more time showing legacy film. And like legacy is a
would
strong,
be
like
cool.
a weird word. Yeah, but like I just
like older films.
yeah, like we went up to we went on vacation like what was it, last week, 2 weeks? I guess it was last week.
Yeah.
And there was a drive-in movie theater, and they were showing Star Wars. They were showing The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, and The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
And like, I honestly would go to see any of those on a big screen in a heartbeat. Like,
Yeah. why
there's
not?
something about the big screen, right? And especially, I mean, granted, like a drive-in theater is even more nostalgia. But it's like if you see Star Wars on like you're watching it for the first time, maybe on Disney Plus, maybe you're on your fucking phone,
Yeah.
and then you see it and you're like, oh my god, like I don't know, like I would love
Nothing
to see
compares
those.
to the big screen. Nothing compares to the big
Yeah,
screen.
like I would pay all day, and especially with like an AMC where like there's 16, 32 fucking theaters.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that you need to show, I don't know, like, I can't even name like a film that's coming out right now, but like, I'm trying to think, like New Mutants, right? Like, if obviously not coming to theaters, but if it was and there was no
It,
coronavirus, New Mutants would still get like 3 theaters.
it is coming to theaters.
Oh my god, they
When
should.
AMC opens, I don't. They John, they want that movie gone, dude. They want that out of there. They've been sitting on that movie for so long. It,
Mm,
not saying, they should, but
yeah,
I guarantee they're just trying to get rid of it.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like, it'll be like something like Terminator Genesis has been out for 3 months and it's still in 2 theaters.
yeah,
It's like, just give, like, not even like a day, just like one showing on like a Friday or a Saturday. Just like fucking run Tron Legacy. Fucking,
yeah.
or, Tron Legacy's, I mean, I think it's a banger, but like, literally just play the fucking hits, like Star Wars. Like, slap the original Star Wars on screen. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I
I mean, like
guarantee you will get more
the
money
bigger
than Terminator Genesis.
the bigger multiplexes can do that. They have so many theaters. Like there's like our local AMC has like what, like 15 theaters.
It's
Like
16, yeah.
yeah, like you could devote like two of those to like just older movies.
Yeah, and granted, some do. I know, it's something like Fandango. Is it Fathom? Fathom tickets?
Yeah, but they do like live performances too.
Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff. But I remember when we were in college, they were doing me and my girlfriend went to go see 4 episodes of Friends on the big screen.
Yeah, that sounded cool.
Yeah, that was actually really fun. It was kind of, it was big fandom hours because, like, obviously the theme song plays and everyone claps. But it was cool. Like, it just using the big screen to, like, bring in seats. And honestly, shit was sold out for Friends. Like,
I'm
a
not surprised.
lot of tickets.
Yeah,
So, like, I think that, I don't know. I think that you should definitely, like, theaters, especially when they're starting to decline, maybe. It's like starting to offer more interesting and like diverse content than just like the newest movies at the time. And granted,
right.
smaller theaters, like, you kind of just have to show the big hits because you only have like 2 theaters or two
Yeah,
screens. But yeah, I don't know. That's just something I would want to see.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So 15 cents, don't go. Just watch the movie at home, please.
Support AMC when it's safe, guys. Please.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Um, all right. Let's jump to our last news topic for the day. And that is the Emmys have put their nominations out for this year. And obviously, we're not going to go through the whole thing because there's 100 different categories and over 1,000 nominations or 1,000
Crazy.
possible like applicants.
Yep.
Yeah, so that I picked out 4 that we can just go over real quick because I feel confident in those 4.
Yeah.
But to
We
start
haven't seen
us,
all the TV content,
obvious,
but
yeah, good preface.
Yeah.
There's, obviously, even watching, like, we're going to talk about best drama series.
yeah,
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 shows up
Yep.
for nomination. That's 8 seasons, and pretty much all of them, I believe, are an hour long. So,
Yep.
no. But surprisingly, I think we've seen a lot of them or intend to watch some of them. So,
we're aware of
Yeah.
their notoriety.
so anyway, we're not trying to, decide for the Academy or the Emmys or whatever they're, whatever it would be.
Yeah,
But I just thought it'd be fun to talk about them, maybe speculate a little bit.
sure.
But so to start off, just some like quick stuff, some quick info. So talking about like our general roundup, going by studio, the studio with the most Emmy nominations is Netflix.
No, really?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
160 nominations. They're killing it. I'm not even like it's not even close. The next one
Yeah,
is
kinda
HBO
crazy.
with 107.
That's also kind of crazy,
Yeah.
but also not surprising.
Yeah.
be
So going off that, so we're talking about now shows. Watchmen is the #1 nominated show with 26 nominations,
Yeah,
and obviously that makes almost a quarter of all of HBO's award nominations.
I haven't obviously I don't have HBO.
Yeah, neither do I.
I can't afford $16 a month HBO
Yeah,
or whatever you're charging for HBO Max, but I you know, can't go past this without saying that I've only heard good things about Watchmen, and I've
Yeah, I
actually
agree.
heard Watchmen is very slept on for a TV show.
Yeah, Obama told me to watch Watchmen.
Really?
Yeah,
Did he say?
it's on his recommended list of movies and films for the year, or TV and films for the year.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because it actually, without getting into spoilers, it actually has to do a lot with like racial inequality and stuff like that.
I've heard there's a lot of hid messages or underlying tones.
Yeah, metaphors.
So, yes,
Yeah, but
very interesting.
yeah, I do have a copy of the episodes. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
But I'll probably get to it. But anyway, a show that I have seen and that I've recommended to Billy several times, and he still hasn't watched it. But The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is up for 20 nominations,
Yep.
and that show doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Not a single episode, 3 seasons, doesn't miss. The best
on
show
Prime,
on
right?
Amazon Prime. The best show on Amazon.
Yeah.
No question.
I even outside of hearing it from John, I've heard a lot of good things about it. And it has, I think last year for the Emmys they got a bunch of awards too, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
They, I believe they won Best Comedy Series either last year or in 2018.
Right, and they are
And-
funny.
Yeah, and last year I believe it's something Brosnahan is the actress's name.
Yeah.
Rachel Brosnahan. Yeah, she is. She plays Mrs. Maisel, and she, I believe, won Best Actress last year.
Really?
Yes, because she is good, and the show is good.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sure they're probably going to win something else. I mean, if season 3 was just as good. if not
Honestly,
better.
season 3 is insane. I love it. Like there are just some episodes that are just. Honestly, it's like it's funny, it's well shot, it's just. Oh, it's such a good show. Oh
I have to get in,
God.
I have to get into a new TV show, so I might just
Yes,
do
I
that.
highly recommend. It's so good.
Because I haven't really been watching any TV shows at all recently, so I should get back into it.
Yeah, I'm plowing through Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, just to like rewatch
Yeah.
the last season. Because I haven't seen the
yeah.
last 2 seasons of Korra, and I heard it was pretty good, and that just came to Netflix.
Is Korra on Netflix?
Yeah, it just came out.
I should watch that because I never watched it ever. So.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons. I didn't like season 1. Season 2 is okay, but I hear 3 and 4 are like where it actually gets really good. So
You know, we kind of missed the topic this week. We could have talked about the live action Avatar.
oh, that's true.
They got kind of fucked this week.
Did we talk about that last week?
No,
I just talked about it with people then. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
sucks.
Yeah.
Sad news. But anyway,
Yeah,
Emmys.
Avatar live action is cursed. That's basically the topic. It's done. I summed it up. All right. So anyway, I just thought we could go through a few of them. So we're gonna go through 1, 2, 3, 4. And so the first one I want to talk about is outstanding drama series or like best drama series, right?
Yeah.
And the nominees are Better Call Saul, AMC, The Crown, Netflix, The Handmaid's Tale, Hulu, Killing Eve, BBC America / AMC, The Mandalorian, Disney Plus, Ozark, Netflix, Stranger Things, Netflix, Succession, HBO.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So first off,
That's a lot.
Netflix.
Oh yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
Hell
so, how many of these shows have you seen, Billy? And what are your opinions?
I have seen The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
Great show. Love it. I don't think it'll win this.
I am honestly surprised it's nominated, but I am extremely excited to see that it is nominated.
I am not surprised it's nominated, just through basic Disney connections. However, but also the show's good. I'm not going to say like it doesn't deserve a spot. You know?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, so I would believe in the Disney connection thing if any Marvel movie got nominated for anything, but it really doesn't.
that's true. But The Mandalorian is better than any Disney or Marvel show that they put out.
Yeah, but I'm just talking like film, right? Do you think that Disney has more power over TV than it has over film?
Good. Well, maybe they own Fox and they own ABC
Yeah, that's true.
and ESPN, so they own a lot of television property.
Mm.
I don't know. I think that if Disney submits something and it's popular enough, it's going to get nominated. Like
I feel like
they
Endgame
got a lot of
didn't get
footholds.
nominated.
That's true, but it's a different scenario, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, back to the topic, I guess. But Better Call Saul, big front runner here, I
Mm.
think. I never saw Better Call Saul. It's still going, but I did see Breaking Bad. Love that show. Um, and I've heard nothing but good things about Better Call Saul,
Hmm.
even though I haven't seen it. But it's won Emmys in the past, so I think there's potential for it to catch something here.
Yeah, I think almost all of these
Um,
shows have won an Emmy at least once.
has Handmaid's Tale won before? Probably has.
Yeah, I can't imagine they haven't. Maybe not best drama series, but like I can't imagine it hasn't won at least something.
Yeah, I haven't watched in a while because show's fucked.
Yeah, honestly, the show like I was watching. I don't even want to spoil it, but like I was just
It's
watching
gruesome.
torture porn basically, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, it's a very gruesome show. But
yeah,
I don't even
says a
remember what
lot
season I
about
got to.
society.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
um, I don't know. Do you see anyone here kind of taking this or?
honestly, so Stranger Things, no, I love it.
No, I don't think so either.
Not drama. I wouldn't even call it a
And,
drama. Like honestly, even
and
the
season 3 was good too.
yeah,
I
it
like
was
season
great.
3 a lot because they're definitely going off season 3 on this.
Yeah,
Um, anyway,
it's
continue.
hard to put anything into genres. I know like also I believe the Oscars also does like a or not the Oscars, the Golden Globes does like a comedy versus drama.
Mhm.
But like they're very I don't want to say outdated classifications, but like they don't necessarily work, right? Like Stranger Things like a drama, like I don't think so. Uh,
I don't even know what it called. I probably like
yeah, maybe.
sci-fi drama.
But like even like the Mandalorian, like it's dramatic, but like I wouldn't use the word drama to classify it to anybody if I had one word to classify it.
I sci-fi is my first
Yeah,
word. Yeah,
honestly, if I had any words, I don't think I would use the word drama.
yeah,
But that's just me. But also like then going to the Golden Globes, for instance, like they said The Martian was a comedy slash musical. Like
yeah. That's crazy.
it's just because it's not a drama, right? But it's like how do we classify these things? Which that could be an
It,
entire discussion. We'll get to it.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think The Mandalorian's going to win. The Crown and Ozark are both on my list. I'm
Yeah,
very
I've
excited to
heard
watch
great things
those.
about both. I actually do want to watch Ozark really
Yeah,
bad.
honestly, I think it might be Ozark. Like the level of hype that I have been hearing from people who have seen it.
Yeah, Ozark is big.
Yeah, they're talking like it is the thing to watch.
Yeah, I think it's between Ozark, Better Call Saul, and also I will throw in Secession into the mix as well
Mm,
because I've also heard very good things about Secession from HBO. It's another
hmm
slept on HBO show, but low key HBO gets slept on because they're expensive.
Yeah, I mean you got to have either the TV like the network, or you have to have HBO Max, and like that is expensive.
You're paying for either of them,
Yeah,
so which I don't know, it's a different topic.
which
But
we will talk about later.
yeah,
But anyway, let's move on. I guess like final pick. Like if you had to pick one, mine's Ozark.
Ozark.
Yeah,
I'll go with Ozark.
we'll see if we're right. I don't know if we're gonna follow up, but we will see.
Yeah.
So next we're moving to comedy series, which I think we've probably even seen less of, but I just wanted to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So outstanding comedy series, the nominees are Curb Your Enthusiasm, HBO, love the theme song. Dead to Me, Netflix, never heard of it. The
Nope.
Good Place, NBC, watch it if you haven't. I tried to get my girlfriend and Billy to watch it, and they didn't like it, but
I thought it was okay.
it's got
I didn't think it was
100
bad.
for every season.
Yeah.
So test me. Insecure, HBO. The Kaminsky Method, never heard of it, Netflix. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Amazon Prime Video. Another reason that I wanted to talk about this category, even though I already shilled for the movie earlier, or the TV show earlier.
Right.
It's so good. Like, I really can't stress it enough. It's so funny and well written, and it's just like a period piece, and it's, ooh, I love it. Schitt's Creek, actually also pretty funny. My parents
Great,
watch it
funny
a
song.
lot. It's on Netflix now, I think, all 5 seasons. And the show just ended, so their season finale, or their series finale season is what's like
Right.
up. And then What We Do in the Shadows, FX. I think I've seen an ad for it.
I I've seen an ad for it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. So honestly, this is like, I don't really have much to say, but if you haven't seen The Good Place, I believe all of it is on Netflix, or if not, it's definitely all on Hulu.
Yep.
Watch it. Amazing show. Says a lot about humanity and like philosophy while also being hilarious. And then
I
The
think they have
Marvelous
a
Mrs.
chance to
Maisel
win
is great.
this. To be
Honestly,
honest,
yeah. I think The Good Place has a really good chance to be the best
to
comedy
be
series.
honest, I think The Good Place and Miss Maisel are like the front runners here.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Maisel might take it off of like the quality outside of the comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
That's
totally
kind of like
different
the tough
thing.
thing about the category because it's like, is Miss Maisel really a full comedy show? Like,
Yeah, but it's like a
if you,
comedy. I don't know.
it's like there's like drama elements though, isn't there? Like,
Yeah, I mean it's just a show.
yeah,
It's like a show about comedians. There are dramatic elements, but like, it's still funny.
okay,
But yeah,
all right,
it's just a show about people, really.
yeah.
It just so
But they won
happens to
this
be
category
funny.
last year, right? That's what you were
2019 or
saying.
2018. It was definitely one of them. They had won it before though.
They one of them. Yeah, they got one of them. So
Yeah.
if they got one
Honestly,
before and it's nominated again, I think they have a decent chance of
yeah.
taking it.
I think The Good Place might win just because critically it's been getting bangers. It says something provocative about, like philosophy and society and humanity and blah blah blah.
Right.
And like it might not look as technically interesting because obviously Mrs. Maisel is more of a it's more like on location. Like you can tell The Good Place is kind of like a set.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I love Ted Danson. Kristen Bell's, pretty funny.
Cheers.
Yeah. Fucking I love Ted Danson. Fuck. He's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be very interested to see, but I think it's like 50-50, probably leaning more towards The Good Place just because it says something whereas Mrs. Maisel doesn't necessarily. I mean, it says things, but like I don't know. Maybe not as like intensely. Like there's like a
Sure.
lot of messages in Mrs. Maisel depending on the episode and what's going on. But like The Good Place has like one clear idea that it like hammers home
Yeah.
and it just says what it needs to say and like that's it.
I'm with you. I think it's 50-50. And I've seen more of The Good Place than I have Miss Maisel. So,
Yeah.
and it is
Okay.
funny. There is funny elements to it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
So,
we're gonna move on to variety talk series, which I'm gonna have to type on my keyboard to find on this giant thing.
oh yeah. I think I know who's winning this.
Oh no, I clicked on an ad. All right, hold on. Variety talk show series. All right, cool. So the nominees are The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Comedy Central,
Yep.
Full Frontal with Samantha Bee, TBS, very funny. That's them, not me. I don't know that show. Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC.
Yep.
Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, HBO, and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, CBS. So I just thought this was to be a good one to talk about, just because I kind of want to know what if you watch any variety talk shows, which like to me these are late night talk shows. I don't know what variety, but like
Yeah, I guess they're just
I get
renaming the category or something.
I guess because in my mind Full Frontal was Samantha Bee, and I haven't seen an episode. I've seen ads,
Yeah.
but I think that kind of reminds me of the Patriot. It's called the Patriot Act with
I don't know.
Hassan Minaj on Netflix.
hmm
That's good. But that's like it's like more like John Oliver, where it's not necessarily like a late night talk
Oh,
show,
okay.
but like it's like a talk show where they like tackle something.
Yeah, I've also seen ads and clips for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it does seem kind of funny.
It's
Um,
the Hassan Minaj show is really good.
yeah. Um, to be honest, most of these things, I'm very much like a casual. Like, I'll see the highlight clips online.
Mm.
Um, and sometimes I will watch certain segments that I think are interesting if they have like a good guest on or if they're talking about a good topic
Mm-hmm.
that I'm interested in. I like Colbert.
Yeah, I think
Um,
he's funny.
I used to like John Oliver a lot. He kind of fell off with me. I don't really care too much about him, but I still watch some things that I think are interesting from him.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Kimmel, I don't give a shit about. I
Yeah.
don't really like Jimmy Kimmel.
Fuck
I
Jimmy.
think he's kind of a dick. I'm not gonna lie. But to be honest with you, the person I think who's gonna win this category is
Mhm.
Trevor Noah.
Really?
I do because I don't know if you've I don't know how much you keep up with any of the talk shows or anything like that.
Yeah, a decent amount. I also watch like the highlights because
Mhm.
YouTube just loves to pump them out. Like even like last week tonight, I genuinely feel like 90% of all of his views come from the YouTube like general content.
Probably, probably.
Yeah.
But I think Trevor Noah's going to take this because, and this may be maybe possibly too current for this
Hmm.
category, but I think out of all the talk shows that have converted post COVID to being at home or a new studio setup, whatever
Hmm.
they do, I think Trevor Noah has done it most successfully out of everyone else who's
Mm.
converted to like doing their show from home or taking a break and coming back. I think Trevor Noah did it the best.
Yeah.
His
Doesn't.
marketing team is incredible. I see so many fucking ads for Trevor Noah all the time, whether I want to see him or not.
Hmm.
And he's always talking about good, relevant shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think that he probably transitioned the best just because he's the youngest. I know that sounds like a little, I guess, ageist maybe, but like it's just so easy to do, and I think that
Yeah,
he was just ready to do it. He's like, yeah, I'll just open my, I'll get my webcam and let's do this.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so
And he
like,
really
yeah,
committed to it. I think he really like it was a very seamless transition for him.
yeah, I think he did it well. And also, to be honest, like I've watched a couple of Stephen Colbert's episodes and like his monologues since he transferred over. I think
Yeah,
he's doing well too. Like
I like
I
Stephen
really
Colbert.
like his show.
Yeah, I think Stephen Colbert is the runner-up for me.
Yeah, I
If he,
think a
I mean,
lot of
if
his.
one of the if either of those win, I'd be like cool with that. But like Stephen Colbert is definitely a good second spot for me.
Yeah,
Like,
one of the interesting things is seeing how these like shows work without a like a laugh track, like people in the audience.
yeah,
And to be
yeah,
honest, like I mean, granted, it feels a little unsettling for everybody. I think,
yeah,
but like especially like John Oliver, like I think it really highlights that he is not actually as funny as he thinks he is.
yeah,
Because like when he starts like when he starts like overreacting and like doing like weird voices and stuff and like
right,
yelling, like I think it works in an audience where like you're feeding off of the audience's laughter and like you have to get louder to like talk over it. But like
yeah.
when he's just alone, he's
He's just
fucking
saying things.
yeah, he's just insane. Like at least like when Stephen Colbert like gives his monologue to like an empty room, like I
Yeah,
actually like it. Like it feels like it still feels right. Like same with Trevor Noah.
yeah,
Like he's just talking and he happens to be funny, but like he's
yeah.
not trying to like play it up in like a
He's not
weird.
like overtly like saying some whack shit. Like,
Yeah, I feel like John Oliver would be like the kind of comedian that like takes out like the clown nose or like the squirt flower.
yeah,
Like he's trying to like do like weird shit, whereas like these other ones are just like funny people.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah. All right. If you had to pick one,
Trevor Noah,
all
going
right,
for it.
I'm gonna pick Stephen Colbert. We'll see what happens. All right, and the last one I wanted to talk about was production design
Oh yeah.
for a narrative program. Production design for a narrative contemporary program, 1 hour or more. No, I want the half-hour slot. All right, here we go. Ahem. The nominees are, and these are in particular for specific episodes in the shows. I'm just going to say the name of the show. Glow, Netflix. The Mandalorian, Disney Plus. Space Force, Netflix. What We
Mhm.
Do in the Shadows, FX Network. And Will and Grace, NBC.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting lineup.
To be
Uh,
honest, I've seen Space Force. It actually does have pretty good production design.
yeah. Um, you know what? And I do know a little bit about this because I've done a slight bit of research, you know, months before this. But
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian
Mm-hmm.
actually has like groundbreaking new technology for their production design.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
if you know
does.
about this,
Of
but
course.
a lot of TV shows, if you're like, or film production, whatever, if you can't find a location or you can't be on a location, use like a blue screen or a green screen, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the Marvel movies use that. It's just what they do. But the Mandalorian, they have, for like the first time ever, they like their sets their background is a massive like screen that they project like locations that they've shot from like super far away, just like
Mhm.
totally remote locations that they shot and they projected in the background.
Yeah.
So it's like a totally new like technology that I'm sure they spent an insane amount of money to
Yeah,
do.
it actually, I mean, they definitely spent a lot of money. It runs in the Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It looks super real. Like it's pretty intense. But I think based off of that alone, they're gonna swing that so hard to be like, you can't not give it to us
Yeah, I think
because
that especially, like, one, they spent movie levels of money to make this TV show.
yeah,
So, like, I think they just have the money to do it. They're doing groundbreaking tech that they're bringing to pretty much all their shows.
yep.
And I don't know. Like, it just, Jean
It
Favreau
just
is
looks
just killing it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, and you can't really deny it. I
Mm.
mean, I guess you could say we're a little biased on Star Wars, but at the same time, like, who else is doing it? Like,
Yeah, honestly, I think the fact that every episode looks like a Star Wars film,
yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
it's almost impossible to tell.
Yeah, it's honestly ridiculous
Hmm.
because like the quality is like movie level quality, and it's like this doesn't even feel like a TV show. It feels like a series,
Yeah.
like a very like special like series. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to put this one in there just because I feel like The Mandalorian deserves this one, no question.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel
I'm
like,
with you there.
if The Mandalorian is going to get any awards, this is definitely going to be one of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, and granted, like I'm sure all the other production teams like they spend a lot of time and good money on their production design,
Yeah, I
but
mean, Space Force is honestly, like, I mean, it's not necessarily super funny, but
yeah,
from a production standpoint, like, the sets are great. Just like everyone's, just the way everything works is very well done.
yeah. I it's just tough because Mandalorian just got a leg up in a
Yeah.
way. So I don't know. I'm going Mandalorian.
Yeah, same.
I'd be surprised if they lost. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like definitely it's just too easy.
Yeah, it's a layup. It's a layup.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, we could be violently wrong, or maybe we're right. We'll try to follow up. I don't know when the Emmys actually take place. I'm going to scroll up very fast and see if I can find it before it
Something
gets
tells me it's
annoying.
December. I could be wrong.
The second,
Or like January.
yeah, I know. Oh, voting ends August 31st, and the winners will be announced in prime time September 20th live on ABC,
Oh,
hosted by Jimmy Kimmel.
ugh, it's gross.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're actually just hitting the hour mark. So this is probably going to be
Yep.
an hour and a half episode
Let's do it.
because we're definitely going to spend a lot of time talking about one of the greatest James Bond films ever created.
Redefining film.
We're talking about GoldenEye.
Gold.
GoldenEye is 1995, Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond film.
That's right.
It's fucking
Big.
sick.
It's a classic, dude. It's a classic Bond film.
Yeah.
Wendy would say it's the best Bond film.
I would easily say, without thinking, that it is top 5.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
I would easily say without thinking it's top 3.
Yeah, also that. It's pretty
It's
good.
top 3. And
It's going to be a debate. It's going to be a slog to the top, but it could be number 1. I mean, honestly,
it could be like depending on your preference, and
yeah.
it's up there. It's up there for sure.
I mean, considering this is the second time that we've seen it this year, and we just kind of like watched through it without even like having to, do any, like take a break or nothing. Like, I think this
Yeah.
film is good.
Oh, it's so good, and it's hands down the best Pierce Brosnan one. Like you can't even.
Yes, this is definitely the best that it
Okay.
gets.
Don't get me wrong. Like the other ones are like fun and like there's plenty of great moments in them, and like there's plenty of laughs and goofs and gaffs and epic scenes.
Mhm.
But this is like top tier. The story, the action, the everything.
Yeah.
It's just sick.
The
It's just
characters, the
sick.
actors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
even
relationships.
the director, Martin Campbell, directed this one, and he would later go on to direct Casino Royale 2006.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Martin Campbell can't miss.
He can't. And
Not with James Bond.
I don't think any person's gonna dispute him in Bond films
Yeah.
future. So, I mean,
Just this is so
he's
good.
literally got like two of the best ever.
Yeah.
So
I just think this film is so like it's so funny. It's so good. It's like suave.
you know, as I was watching it this time, as we know and we talked about last week with Pierce Brosnan,
Hmm.
he's a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a sadist.
he's
He's fucking
he's a
insane.
he's a bit of a psychopath,
Hmm.
and I think this is definitely his most serious Bond movie, um, in the sense that it's just the stakes and the story and everything. It's just the most like I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess serious is the only word I can think of right now.
So
But
going into it, actually, some little production, inside info. So this movie was actually written with Timothy Dalton in mind, who was James Bond before this.
yeah,
And originally, it was written for him, and it was written with like the more serious tone in mind because his James Bond was a much more serious James Bond compared to Roger Moore, etc.
yeah,
And then when he backed out and Pierce Brosnan took over, I think like a lot of that seriousness carries over, but like you can also see it start to lighten up a little bit with the jokes and stuff.
I think I would imagine Pierce Brosnan brought that himself because uh, I'm sure they had meetings and discussions about all right, how are we going to redefine this now that we have a new Bond?
Yeah.
And I think that really plays out in the first 5 minutes of the film.
Hmm.
When he fucking rappels down the dam and he comes in through the roof and he's
Yeah.
like upside down in the bathroom stall with the dude.
Hmm.
I was like right in that moment, like in my head, I'm just like, oh yeah, they're laying the seeds for him to be a fucking nutcase. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's out of his fucking mind.
Well, okay, so like I guess let's go plot point by plot point, and we'll just talk about it as we go. The movie starts, I believe, in if it's 1995, it's 1986,
Yeah,
and the USSR, the Soviet Union, still exists, and he is infiltrating a weapons research facility deep in the USSR.
yes,
So it starts with like honestly one of the most iconic James Bond scenes ever, which is when he jumps off of the dam and he bungee jumps.
right.
This is actually I looked at a lot of the trivia. It is 720 feet,
Yeah, it's insane.
and it's like I think it is one of the biggest bungee jumps on film. I think it is the biggest bungee jump on film ever. It's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
It is sick. It
Like
was
the
awesome.
movie just starts. There's like no sound. Like there's no music. It's just like James Bond. Like you just hear him running, and then like you just see him like click onto the thing, and he just.
It's a great opening
Oh,
shot
when he
with like
dives.
the plane going over the dam,
Ooh.
and then like eventually you see him like running on the dam, and he just dives
Yes.
off. It's like
This whole everything that
Oh.
happens from the very beginning of the film to the fucking like the music starts and like you get the Bond intro is iconic.
oh yeah,
Like this shit is fantastic. Oh my god.
dude. When like he's like escaping or whatever, and like the plane's going down the runway.
No, we'll get to it because that shit's freaking crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is insane.
All right, so I want to talk. So like you're right. So like the very first thing he says is a joke. He's like upside down in the bathroom and he's like, I don't even remember what he says. It's like something about the newspaper. Or he's like,
I think he said something. He's like, I forgot the knock or some
yeah,
shit.
he's like wrong stall. Oh, it's so stupid.
just like the first thing you see of like really Bond's face is just him upside down, smiling like I'm about to fucking murder this man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember. It's just like so sadistic. Like he kills people and then he just says like a one-liner to nobody. Like he just makes a joke.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's
then
insane.
we'll get into it more, but killing in this movie really is sadistic. It's insane.
All right, so he meets up with 006, who's played by Sean Bean, Alex Trevelyan.
The Bean.
Yeah, honestly, so just talking about like they're both like he's been there for a while. He's like a Russian like infiltrator, or he's British, but he's like infiltrating as a Russian.
Yeah.
I really like this film in this like just for the fact, like if you removed everything else, like I'm so interested in like the Bond lore, and it's
Yeah.
like to see another 00 agent is sick.
I agree.
Like,
I
just-
love the fact that there's another 00 and like he meets up with Seven.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
they're
he's like-
kind of they like operate together, but like,
they're
yeah,
chummy.
Yeah,
Like, it's good. It's good.
yeah. It was
So,
awesome.
basically, what happens, like obviously, as you know, because you've seen the film. If you haven't seen the film, go watch the fucking film.
Yeah.
Sean Bean gets shot in the head, like classic Sean Bean. Or does he really? Is the question.
I believe he's blown up. It's like a question of like he blew up in an explosion,
Yeah. So
as as we will see.
yeah. So actually, because I mean, we can talk spoilers through the whole thing.
Sure.
So like he gets shot, right? And like at the beginning, you think it's like, oh, he got shot. But if you like rewatching it and knowing that he doesn't die in this instance, and that most likely he is in it, like he's in with the Russians.
Yeah.
There's no blood when he gets shot. Like he just like the gun goes off and he just falls to the ground, and then they instantly open fire on James Bond.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember.
Yeah. And I think that it's really interesting to see that like that bullet, like that gun ain't loaded. Like they just fucking fake killed him to trick James. And I think like obviously in the heat of adrenaline, like anything can seem like anything.
Yeah.
So like super interesting.
Very interesting.
And that
The
comes
layers
back
in this
later.
movie are crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, so he does like the cool iconic like I really love this scene because it's like this movie and like Pierce Brosnan, they just do a great way of building tension out of like very small things.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, there's no more sound, like the music cuts out, and like James is like, how am I gonna get out of this? There's like 40, like there's probably like 40 Russians with like AK-47s pointed at him.
Yeah.
And he just slowly takes like a fucking cart full of like gasoline or whatever it is, and just like
They're in a room full
slowly-
of like gas canisters.
Yeah.
So like the Russian general's like, don't fire, like you're gonna kill us all.
yeah, and he just like
we're just gonna
slowly
do
starts,
something.
he slowly starts wheeling it across the room, and you just like hear the squeaky wheels, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's just like intense and it's quiet, and like, oh, it's good. It's very good
Yeah.
sound design.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of
then-
a lot of good sound design in this movie.
Yeah. So Bond, like, you know, he pushes the trigger. He gets the Bond music theme song because he's like, you know, he's doing the Bond moment. And then he escapes. And then, so he gets out to the, like, he gets to the outside, right? And this is what you were just talking about, where he just decides, like, he sees a plane taking off. And he's like, I'm just going to run and grab that. So, like, he just starts sprinting for this fucking plane. And he catches up to it, which is fucking nutty.
Dude, this entire sequence is nutty.
Yeah. So like he fights the guy, they fall out of the airplane, and like at this point it's so funny because like he beats, you know, he throws the one dude at the dude on the motorcycle, kills them both probably, and then he grabs the motorcycle, and like you like all of a sudden you put it together in your head. You're like, he's going to try to get back on that plane before it gets off the runway, and the funniest part of it is that the Russian General Oromov also sees that he's trying to do that, and he's just like, nobody fire. He's like, this dude's fucking insane.
Like this dude's gonna kill himself. Don't
Yeah.
even fucking go after.
Like he just thinks he is like, he's like, this dude has so much balls, I'm gonna let him fucking do it.
But also,
Oh,
I think they realize the end of the tarmac
it's
is
pretty close.
cliff. It's a cliff. So
Yeah.
like, the guy's like, listen. In his head, you have to imagine he's like, all right, either he catches the plane and like he gets caught under the wheels and dies,
Yeah.
or he just takes him, or he just goes off the end of the tarmac and we'll just catch him at the end because he's not going to drive off. He's not crazy. He's not going to do that, right? Yeah, he won't do that.
See, now this is honestly one of the coolest fucking scenes ever in film. You can't. It's fucking nuts. James Bond. So like the plane dives over the fucking side, and Oromov like smirks. He's like, "We fucking got him." And then James fucking dives off the cliff. Holy fuck!
Just nose dives.
Oh my
Ditches
god!
ditches the bike. Well, he sends the bike right off after
Yeah,
it,
the bike's gone.
and then he's just nose diving.
It's like I can't even like.
The first time I saw it,
whoever-
I was like, oh, he's crazy. Okay.
honestly,
lunatic.
whoever wrote this scene is insane, and it's a genius.
Yeah.
Like
badass,
this is some
so-
Fast and the Furious bullshit.
Yeah. it is.
Like my man free dives back into the plane and then pulls up
And-
at the last second.
and saves it.
Ooh,
Crazy. It was
it's
crazy.
honestly crazy.
Amazing intro, and honestly, a blueprint for the future Bond intros. Because
Yeah.
from here on out, how are you going to top that? You
Mhm.
probably won't.
So this is where we cut. Then it instantly cuts to the opening. You get a classic James Bond opening. The song is "GoldenEye" by Tina Turner. Great intro.
Yep. Pretty good intro. Good
It
song.
like perfectly shows off the fall of the Soviet Union. There's like hammers and women and sickles and women.
More
Classic,
women.
classic James Bond.
A lot of women in this movie. A lot of
Yeah.
women.
A lot of sexual tension in this movie.
Well, there's that, and then just yeah.
Yeah. So after that, we meet we meet James. It's 9 years later. Soviet Union's gone. It's 1995.
Yep.
He races a girl down the mountain, and this is where we meet up with two things. We realize that James Bond is a sex addict still,
Yeah.
because he literally they send a therapist to make sure that he doesn't have PTSD, and he fucks the therapist.
Yeah.
But we meet Xenia Onatopp, who is the main Bond girl / villain of the film. Well, she's not the main villain, but she's like one of the main villains.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but she is played by, I believe, I'm gonna botch the first name, but like Famke Jensen.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Yeah, she is Jean Grey in X-Men.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty
this is
intense considering
Yeah.
the character.
this is like her first like breakout film, as far as I could tell.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's very good though. She does a very good job. So they race down the mountain. He fucks the therapist. He goes to the hotel. I believe they're in like Paris or something, because it sounds French.
They're in somewhere in France. Yeah.
Yeah. So they play. He meets up with Xenia again. She's playing Baccarat, which is a very fancy, casino game.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it. I barely understand what's going on.
I don't know how to play myself.
Yeah,
I
but
barely know.
another piece of trivia: apparently, Baccarat was actually the main game in Casino Royale, but they changed it to Texas Hold'em for the movie.
Yeah.
So that's a fun fact. But Baccarat's
Fun
cool.
stuff.
Just looking at what they're playing for 400,000 euros,
Yep.
and like they don't even talk about it. It's not a big deal.
And she doubled down too.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts.
She's crazy.
So yeah,
really
so
is
then
crazy.
after that, Bond starts talking to Xenia, and like honestly, he just tells her he's a spy, like to her face. Like they're talking, and then I forget like what the actual conversation is, but he works in that he's like, oh, I was doing like search and destroy in Russia, and then she's like, huh, and he's like, yeah, I'm a commander, and it's like, huh, like I don't know, like he basically just gives it all away.
He was telling her about his or her license plate.
He also
He
says
was like,
that she's
he was like, you have a false French license plate. They start with L. And he's like, and she responds, she's like, I didn't know you were part of like the Department of Motor Vehicle in France or some shit like
Yeah.
that. And she was like, what's your rank? He's like, commander.
which
And then this other guy walks up next to her. He's like, you ready to go? And she's like, yeah, I'm leaving with the admiral. It's just like, what? What's happening?
yeah, it's actually really funny because they don't talk about it a lot, but James Bond actually, like 007 is a commander in the British Army.
Right.
Like that's his rank, and she goes home with a Canadian admiral.
Yeah.
Who she then promptly fucking kills.
Literally.
Yeah,
While
she
fucking
like.
kills him.
So this is like what I think is crazy, and it's like it feels like a good Bond villain thing. Like she,
kind of a crazy Bond villain
yeah,
thing.
but like
I
Xenia.
mean, they all have like a weird freak thing about them.
Yeah,
But,
she kills people during sex. That's how she gets off. She's crazy.
yeah, she like suffocates people with like her legs,
I
but
think
like
she
through their
broke his
torso.
back.
Yeah, she constricts them through like their torso with her legs, but also she's like getting off while doing it. It's like, she gets off to killing people.
Yeah,
Straight up. Like
you see it later. She like straight up mows people down, and she just starts like fucking. I can't.
like she's just moaning. She's just
Yeah.
like moaning after killing someone, and like the dude with her is just like, you
Yeah.
good? Like,
Fucking General Ormov gives her a look like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh god, it's so. I don't know if it's like that. It's just weird, or that like she's just like playing into it so much. But like, I love it. Like it's so good.
I think it's just part of like the weird thing about like Bond villains, because
Yeah.
like every Bond villain has like this like weird freak thing about them that's like they're scarred or like they do some weird shit.
Mhm.
Like the main villain in this movie has like a scar on his face.
Mhm.
Like half his face is scarred.
Yeah, or like
And
Jaws
he's
with like
got,
the
like-
metal mouth.
Yeah, or like and Rami Malek in the upcoming one he wears like a mask
Mhm.
because his face is like all fucking whatever it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
It's just cool. I don't know. Just if there's like tension and like I like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see what happens. Bond. Xenia works for Janus, a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xenia kills the admiral, and then she takes his like admiral status, and then they use that to break into a like weapons demonstration, and they steal an EMP-proof helicopter.
Yep.
This brings them to the Russian communications satellite facility, where they steal GoldenEye, which is like a giant EMP missile type thing in space. It's like a missile
like a
satellite.
Type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they steal that, and then they leave on their helicopter that is EMP proof. But that's when she kills everybody, and that's also when we meet the other Bond girl for the film. I forget her name already. It's Russian.
Natalia.
No, yes, Natalia Amniasov.
Yeah, but she's like a hacker for
Yeah,
like
she's
Soviets.
a level 2 programmer. And
Yeah.
that's also where we meet Boris.
Boris, who's I am invincible. Boris.
Yeah, he's just a fucking meme character.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though. Like,
Yeah, so he's really funny. We also meet M during this time, which is the first movie that Judi Dench is M.
Yeah.
And
I love her introduction as M.
oh,
I think
she's so good.
incredible.
It's also so funny because it's like the one dude's bad mouthing her is like a statistics idiot, and then she's just like,
Yeah.
"What'd you say, bitch?"
Dude, she straight up was like, she said something about like
The
if I want to
quote?
hear sarcasm, I talk to my kid or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
that is the quote.
In my mind, I was like, "Damn, she just sunned him." Like,
Yeah, like,
she sunned that
Sit
man.
the
Oh my
fuck
God.
down.
No, but like, I love the scene where after that, like, she brings Bond to her office,
Hmm.
and like, first of all, she offers him a drink, and he's like, "Yeah, your old boss had like cognac."
Yeah,
And
you're old M.
she was
'cause,
like, "I
she's
prefer
the new
bourbon."
M.
Yeah, and she was like, "I prefer bourbon." Like, just cuts him off. Like,
Mhm.
no, you're drinking what I give you, and like, there's just like this, again, tension between the two of them because
Yeah.
like it's like a new boss employee type of attitude.
It's a new boss,
And
and
I-
also there's like some tension that M is a woman.
Right. But I just love the fact that M just like sits him down and is like, "Listen, if you don't think that I will send you in
Yeah,
to kill you, I fucking will."
she's
Without
like, "I will kill you, no question."
Yeah, it's like, I will kill you on assignment, but like I won't because like, and she even calls him like an old dog. Like, you're an old like
Hmm.
Cold War dog. Like, you're outdated. We don't need you. But she has respect for him for like his old, his work that he's done.
Hmm.
So she basically tells him like, "Listen, like, if you don't want to respect me, then I won't respect you, and eventually I'll probably just kill you on assignment." Basically.
Yeah,
But but like, Bond respects her. Like, he like gains her. Well, she gains his respect through like this interaction of like, yeah, she's a hard bitch. She
Mhm.
like, she's there. Like, she will shut you down. Like, I just love the introduction. Judi
Mhm.
Dench is great. She's an awesome man. So,
yeah. So anyway, continuing. So after that, they're looking for Natalia because she escaped, right? And it's a kind of a race between James Bond finding Yanis and like them catching up with this girl to like silence her.
yeah.
So James goes to Russia, which actually, another note, this is actually the first movie in the James Bond series filmed after the fall of the Soviet Union. So
Right.
they actually get to shoot in Russia, which is cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. So James meets up with a CIA operative. I believe his name is Jack something. And he's just fucking hilarious. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, James tries to do like a secret code with him, and he's just like, "Die, you fucking stiff ass Brit. Get in the fucking car." Which is funny. And then like James freaks out. But then they go to, so I like his character, and then they go to see an old Russian rival of his, like an old Soviet Union mob boss or KGB agent
Love this
turned
guy.
mob boss. Yeah, his name is something Volinsky.
He shows up in later Pierce Brosnan movies.
Yes,
as,
I
like,
believe he
a
does
side
show
character.
up in, I think he shows up in the next one, Tomorrow Never Dies.
He's in The World Is Not Enough, I think.
Hmm.
He-
Either way,
he, like,
great
shows up as, like,
recurring
supporting.
character.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool.
I love him so much because like you walk into his bar, like James calls his mistress basically a fucking idiot. He's like, your mistress can't sing for shit. And then so Volinsky straight up pops off 3 rounds, basically trying to shoot James in the dick. And he's like, shut the fuck up. But then he turns around, he's like, yo, take a fucking hike. It's just so funny. Like, he's just so fucking weird.
He's a goofy guy.
Yeah.
But he's also like, has this like mob like seriousness to him, which I
Hmm.
really like.
Yeah.
He's just a cool character.
Yeah, he's funny, but like he's he knows what he needs to do, and like he doesn't. I always like old rivals that like aren't necessarily rivals anymore. Like they just have like a vibe, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because he's like, like we used to chase each other around, but like, oh, you want to give me money now? Like, okay, like what do you need? And then
yeah.
he's like, why do I need money? I have 7 helicopters. And James Bond's like, you have 3, and none of them fly. And he's like, oh, fuck you. It's funny shit. So like, anyway, he gives him an introduction with Yanis, and that leads him to an old Soviet, like I guess it's like a Soviet monument dump. Like it's just a bunch of like Lenin heads.
Yeah.
And first of all, sick location. But that's when you see that Alex Trevelyan is not dead. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And that he is Yanis. And
Pretty
that,
sick.
yeah, honestly, like the first time you watch the movie, no one's expecting that shit.
No.
So, like, that's awesome. Love that scene. But anyway, so, like, basically, they knock him out. They strap him to the helicopter. The helicopter's on self destruct. And I'm just speeding up because we're starting to run to that half-hour mark.
Right.
But basically, he gets out of the helicopter, gets captured by the regular Russian army, and then Oramov comes in and he's like, someone's interrogating him, and he's like, listen, Oramov is going to betray you. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then Oramov walks in and he just shoots the guy in the face and then shoots the other guy. And then James Bond steals a fucking tank.
Yep. Because Oramov kidnaps
Natalia.
Natalia again, so he's like, all right, I gotta go get her. And as they're this all is happening while he's like escaping the base, and like Bond just takes a tank, and it becomes this huge chase action scene for the next 15 minutes.
And this is also iconic. This is great.
This is an iconic scene.
So
for
I
sure,
just
actually.
love this whole scene because, like, so he's driving this huge ass tank, and so Oramov is like, go down that back alley. Like we can barely fit, he can't fit. So they slide down the back alley, and then James straight up runs the tank through like 20 buildings. He just says, fuck the alley. And it's just so funny. And like every other scene that they cut to Natalia and Oramov looking back at the tank to see if they're still being chased, you see Oramov drinking.
Yeah, dude, he's drinking the whole time. He's like, holy shit.
It's definitely because he's like, this man's fucking insane.
Insane, yeah.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
believe I don't know if it's the GoldenEye game or it's one of the James Bond games. It's like a mixture of a bunch of different movies like tied together, but also it's an original story. But it starts out, it's supposed to be like during GoldenEye. It starts out with the tank scene, but like it's not like in the same setting. It's not in St. Petersburg, I don't think. But like this tank scene, this like James Bond tank scene of him driving it and like fucking shit up with it is like it becomes an iconic moment in like Bond movie history because it's literally insane. It's like bonkers what he's doing.
There's a game called James Bond Legends, I think, or 007 Legends, and it's like a conglomeration of like some of his like best highlights, and it's like that.
Yeah.
So that's probably where it's from. So that is fucking hilarious. Catches up to him. Let's see what else we got. He escapes, captured by the Russians. Oh, okay. So anyway, so he doesn't catch up. I forgot. So they managed to escape to an old Soviet Union war train, which is like supposedly an indestructible train that travels around the country.
Yeah.
And so like they get on the train and they're driving, and then all of a sudden it cuts to a tunnel, and you just see James Bond slowly drive the tank out of the tunnel. And like he's just sitting there on the tracks, like right in front of the fucking train. And the train's like, who's gonna move first? Like, there's no way he's gonna fucking do this. And James just hops off the tank and lets the train fucking crash into the tank. Like, it's fucking sick.
It's insane.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think Pierce Brosnan does the coolest shit
in
this movie. Like,
it's fucking nutty.
Granted, like in the later ones, he's doing even wackier stuff, but like, just this is so cool.
Yeah. It's really good. So then Sean Bean reveals this whole plan and that he's a Lean's Cossack, which is like without getting into the history, I mean, if you saw the movie, you get it. But like, he's going to betray everyone because he's a Lean's Cossack, which is like a little, I don't know.
Wacky.
Yeah. So anyway, during this, they like set off a bomb and they're like, we're going to kill you. You have 3 minutes. And honestly, it is kind of cool because there's the callback where Sean Bean's like, "You got 6 minutes," and James is like, "Nah, that's 3 minutes."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just
Like Sean Bean's like playing up this whole thing about like you left me for dead, and
yeah,
like you don't really like. How could you believe in like what the British are doing and shit like that? I really like Sean Bean's position as like a villain. You know,
yeah, it's a good one.
it he feels like it. You really understand why he feels like betrayed double O agent
Mhm.
and shit like that. So,
So
but
anyway,
yeah,
during this sequence, like while Bond is like escaping, Natalia finds out that the satellite is in Cuba,
yep,
which brings them to Cuba. They go to Cuba. They have a fight with Onatop on like in the jungle, and she gets like asphyxiated, which like ironic. And then they find the satellite, which is underneath a lake, which is like fucking sick. So they go underneath, they go into like the thing, they get captured again. And then this is one of my favorite scenes is the one with Boris and James Bond's exploding pen.
oh yeah,
So as we were talking about last episode, I really just like the silly gadgets that only have one use that could ever possibly happen and then it happens.
right.
And exploding pen is one of them. Like
Yeah, the exploding pen is pretty crazy.
yeah, I also think that as goofy as it is, they actually bring it into a really great like tense concept where it's like Boris like throughout the whole movie he has like this nervous like click with a pen. Like he's always like
Yeah,
twirling a pen and clicking it. And like when he picks up the bomb pen and James is looking at it and like you're trying to count how many clicks he's doing and he's counting, like it's
yeah,
awesome.
it's freaking sick, and it basically it gets them out of like the scenario because Bond picks the moment to take the pen and throw it because he knows it's about to blow up. It's
Yeah,
sick.
it's
It's a
great.
great the tension in this movie is awesome.
Yeah. So then that brings us to the final thing, which is Sean Bean and Pierce Brosnan fight at the top of the satellite dish.
This is a great fight. Like
It's very,
this
very good.
satellite scene fight, like it's really just like straight up hand to hand fist combat, and like they're kind of fighting over the gun that's like in the room, but like just straight up like fight choreography wise, like as a final fight, like you would think you'd just like it's just a fight in like a sort of small room, but like it's a sick fight. Like they're really beating the shit out of each other, and like the
Yeah.
lighting's sick, like with like the blinds in the room and everything. Like
And then when
eventually,
they
I'm
fall down to the thing, they're like fighting on like a 2x2 thing, like 80
yeah, on
feet
like a
long.
ladder, yeah, and then like the bottom of the ladder, it's like the at the end of Empire Strikes Back when Luke falls down
Yeah, it's
like the
like
pit,
Bespin.
it's like the bottom of like the Bespin pit. They're like fighting
Mhm.
on that. Like it's sick. It's great.
Yeah. The whole thing is just, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
great,
then,
great stuff.
yeah. So this is where the movie ends. And then the one thing I thought was funny is that 006 falls like 500 feet, but he's not dead.
Yeah, dude. When every time I see him, like, how the fuck is this guy not dead?
And I think the reason is because the director and like just like the whole production in general, they thought it would be even better if they dropped the entire fucking satellite on his body.
In my mind, I was like, he's definitely paralyzed. Like, he cannot get up.
No, yeah, he's
Like,
definitely dead. There's no
I
way
mean,
he's not.
he should be dead, but if we're saying he's alive, then like his spine's got to be in like a million pieces. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way.
It is just because they wanted to drop the thing on his skull, which I think is so
Yeah,
funny.
it was pretty funny.
So anyway, that brings us to the end of the film. Honestly, after watching it, I want to watch the other James Bonds again.
Yeah, it makes you want to watch the other Pierce Brosnan ones
Mm-hmm.
because he's good. Like, he is really like I can't stress this enough, and I feel like I say it every time we talk about him, but he is insane.
Yeah,
He's a lunatic.
it's fucking great.
He's mentally insane. The shit he's doing is like he should be dead. Not to mention he should be fired for sexual harassment and misconduct.
Oh, they're not going to do that to James Bond. That is true. He says a lot of and like Moneypenny calls him out, but then James she's like, "This is sexual harassment," and then James Bond is like, "What's the charge?" Like, oh my god.
Dude, she calls him out, and then M calls him out like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're a misogynist fucking pig."
It's in the War Dog speech. It's like you're just an old dumb fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, damn. But I mean, for what Pierce Brosnan is, like, he, like, even though he is like wacky and insane, and like eventually in some of the later movies, like it gets a little ridiculous.
Absolutely.
He will forever have one of the best Bond films ever with GoldenEye.
Yeah,
Like
this is
he is
iconic.
cemented. He is cemented. So I don't know. Great stuff. I love watching it again. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's amazing. I honestly, I am gonna watch the other Pierce Brosnan ones this week.
We should watch. What's the one after this? I can't remember.
The next one I think is Tomorrow Never Dies.
We should watch that.
Yeah, it's like the Steve Jobs one.
Yeah. And Netflix, we should Netflix party that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're coming into the time, right? Let me check real quick. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
like
I
5
believe
minutes
so.
over. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Next week, we are going to be discussing DC fandom. It is this weekend. So that should be exciting, and obviously any other news, but that'll probably be a majority of our news.
Right.
And also, we have a viewer-suggested topic. So our friend Parker, and I'm going to read this out because I think it's probably the best way to kind of get across what it is. So Parker says, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on the number of unique streaming platforms and whether that's good or bad for consumers, and if you have any number or stuff like whether the smaller platforms are sustainable."
So like, if
oh,
anything,
Jesus.
like the DC Universe streaming service, like, is it sustainable by itself?
Yeah, sorry, the cops at your house just scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Sorry, my road's loud.
But yeah, it's just like, it's like how many platforms can exist at once? Are different platforms good for consumers, and can the smaller ones really hang out?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
depending on how much we discuss DC fandom, which I'm sure there will be plenty of content, but we will give an answer to you, Parker, next week.
Yeah, look forward to it. Hopefully we have some interesting statistics and or research, but
Yeah.
we'll see. So
see.
anyway, if you like today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We love to see the comments, people talking to the chat. I like to respond usually.
That's right.
Also, share it with your friends. That's how we grow, right? You like podcasts, you like film, your friends like film. If they don't, you should get different friends. Or TV or streaming, but just bring more people into the fold.
That's right. And like Parker, be sure to submit some ideas, some topics. We have some lined up. Don't get me wrong. We got some stuff lined up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to add on to the pile.
Yeah, because we will cover it. Don't
We
you
will.
worry.
We'll probably cover it faster than the other stuff that we have written down. So,
All right. Well, I've been John, and Billy's been Billy.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good week.
Have a good week, guys.